Can you hear me?
Yes. How was your sleep?
Good,
Oh, good.
good. Okay,
Okay, Rob's going to start us off.
okay,
Good morning.
okay. We're back. Good morning.
So the group, there's 25 of us.
Okay.
Just toured the Blue Springs Toyota plant in Mississippi.
Oh,
It's been there for I think 10 years, in and around there. And the team did a 2-hour tour. So for some of the group,
really?
yeah, some of the group have never been to Toyota before.
Already?
So I'm sure we have lots of questions, and you've
Oh, a lot of questions.
and I know. And yesterday you said, "Don't ask me." You said,
Yeah, ask them. Yes. Yeah.
so my question is, between Newbie and the Kentucky plant, and a lot of the startups outside, and especially in China, what is your fondest memory of taking Toyota outside of Japan? The most, I guess, what are you most proud of with all these startups personally? Well, one experience.
Yeah, I joined a lot of startups, and each startups very difficult. Uh, uh, the difficulty is was the suppliers could meet the startup schedule or not. The schedule means whether they can they should meet our schedule. Meet means they should prepare all moldings, all tools, all lines, and arrangement of everything. It was ready or not, and that was the most extremely difficult. So uh, I like each of startups. We did from hiring, supplier selection, then building the plant. So startup includes everything. So most proud of is all startups I have been involved in was successful. Successful means any way we could do that. The level, it was different, but we could do that. So construction was okay, and hiring okay, and training okay, and everything okay. The readiness was the most difficult, but we did, we mean including suppliers, we were quite ready for that. So Mississippi plant, I've never been, I've never seen, but if they could start up successfully, I highly appreciate that they're hiring their supplier selections, their building the plant, and introducing Carora, everything good. I hope the all factors were based upon our past experiences. So our startup could be based upon our experiences. That's what we are, or I was proud of. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Shingo-san. My name is Mike Lahuchevsky from Kaden Carmana. Honored once again to gain your wisdom today, so thank you for that. You mentioned yesterday about suppliers reducing potentially quantity of suppliers, and you were just talking about supplier selection right now. What do you find are the most important methods for qualifying suppliers? Oftentimes we're challenged with lead time versus quality versus price. So I'm curious, what are the methods you've employed, and what do you feel is most important in that process?
The supplier selection, I was involved in the first, joint venture with GM, that is Numi plant in San Francisco. We picked up the suppliers from the existing suppliers, that is the GM suppliers, the Chevrolet suppliers, and we thought they should be good, but we had a very, very difficult situation for startup. So we changed, or I personally, or I myself, when I was in Detroit, proposed Japan side the different way of suppliers selection. The difference was we should do it by a group of people, including quality people and inspection people and engineering people and purchasing people. In the past, we have sourced suppliers by the purchasing, yes, and engineering. But there were a lot of complaints came from production-related people, like inspection, like a quality people, or production control people. Oh, the people who don't know the manufacturing, just the engineering and purchasing, have selected suppliers. Then the problems happened later. Later means at the time of production. So I proposed to Japan, TMC Japan, okay, we should do it in a wider group. That was the selection team, including production related guys, or maybe ladies. There was no ladies, but as a function. Then later, at the time of production, they would not make any complaints because they would be they were involved in selection. So after that, after Kentucky, the same way which I proposed was done. The selection in UK, Team UK, the selection of sourcing in China, wherever you go, we have sourced. As far as I know, in a group. That kind of selection was quite unique. Why I knew? Because we hired a lot of people from Ford Motor or GM or Chrysler. It is just by chance. Then they mentioned they have never done that kind of sourcing, group, sourcing by group. And another uniqueness is that is in the past we did, always we did. That is, we never select suppliers without visiting. Always we visit and evaluate. So we did not evaluate price, no. If the price, that is if you receive the quotation, maybe you don't need to visit. But we try to visit and evaluate their cost. The cost is okay or not. The price, if they throw the very low ball by quotation to get the business, then later maybe problem happens. But we should find out the cost is okay or not. And also quality is okay or not. And very important thing is management of suppliers was okay or not. So we did a lot of interview with management people. If through the management people's interview, they knew, not all in detail, no, but at least they try to grasp the Gemba activity without asking any Gemba people. They can reply. Then, oh, this could be a good company. The management people knew the plant. That means management people tried to go to plant to grasp the situation. That kind of company should be very good. If we ask some question, then each time management people just pick up phone and asking someone to come to answer or get the answer through the phone, over the phone, them no good because the management people did not know what's happening in the plant. That means they have almost never been to the plant. Just they stayed in the office. This kind of suppliers we tried to eliminate. Then after the interview, we go to plants and try to source suppliers, evaluate suppliers. The way to evaluate, in the past, we had a very long questionnaire and asking one by one. It took about almost 1 day, half a day for questioning, then half a day for actually seeing, watching. So I proposed, why you ask that kind of common information? Please send it before. Like, how many employees do you have? You don't need to ask. No, you should send the questionnaire before. What is the production volume? You could ask before a visit. Where are you supplying to? Who are your customers? And so many informations you could ask before the visit. So I try to change the way of asking. Did it before? Any common information? So we try to spend our time just for observation point. If we want to, if we wanted to ask, but if we want to confirm by watching, observing, that's okay. Anyway, we separate, distinguish, just simple question of the number, figure, or something. Then we try to observe the operators and the machines, layout, red box, defective products. So observe. That is much better to spend time. And what we have done is, as soon as we have finished, we discuss at the airport, because we are visiting so many suppliers at once. The information, or any information we got, maybe mixed up, very difficult. So at the airport, we have 1 hour, 2 hours, then we have discussed. And what do you think? So one by one, like a one-piece floor, one by one, we have discussed and get the conclusion as much as possible. Even at the end of tour of the day, when we return to hotels, I invited everybody, please come over to my room. Okay, let's discuss the evaluation. So it's a one by one discussion and appraisal. Otherwise, it was extremely difficult. They are confused. So we did a lot of new things. for sourcing. And I think that kind of sourcing activity was done for the future project at the time. After Kentucky, TM UK, wherever you go, the sourcing was similar way. Go and visit. Send the questionnaire beforehand. Observe the plant, the process at the Gemba. Then, one by one, we discuss and make the evaluations by the team. I think those are the unique activities. So sorry.
Thank you, Shingo-san.
That's a great answer.
Welcome.
Wow. Yeah, that's really a different level of how you evaluate suppliers, going to see them and meeting with their management team.
So
They're just costs.
don't decide your suppliers just by quotation, just by price. No way. Please exactly go and evaluate Gemba. So if it's far away, very difficult to evaluate. So we try to source as close as possible to evaluate from the plant. Otherwise, if something happened, you have never been to suppliers and select, and problems happens. So most viable suppliers near, close to the plant. That is a basic concept for sourcing.
Great.
Thank you.
Oh boy, now we're in trouble. Sorry, Shingo-san, my apologies. My apologies.
They didn't lock the door. I got in. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
When you were having a Kaizen, I have a two-part question. When you were having Kaizen events or Kaizen bursts, how would you keep the employees engaged? And on the flip side, what would you do if they started to suffer from groupthink?
Yeah. You said group thinking.
Yes, sir.
That is extremely important for me and maybe for Toyota. Always we are thinking we should do it by a group activity, not individual activity. Even from people selection, hiring, we try to select people who has the group-minded persons. Even if we hire just one person, very genius persons, but who could not communicate with other people, just I'm genius. I could think of the myself. We did not try to hire them. We try to hire the team activity persons. So that is the beginning from hiring. We insist or we interviewed whether this person could be a good team member or not a good individual or not. That is beginning. And actual plant operators, I have never hired the plant people, but I think we divided into team. The team consists of about 10 to 20 people. Most of them be related to the same process. But my opinion was you could include someone who are not in the same process, different process, join. Then he or she might see things from the different viewpoint. If the people who are looking every day, maybe everything they see is just normal. Oh, that's everyday activity. But if someone comes to join as a team member to investigate something, to improve something, to solve the problem, then they will give very unique ideas because they don't know. They don't know the detail of the everyday process working. That is quite good. If you know every detail, maybe everything you have seen is, oh, that is common sense. Yes, that is what we are doing. Then how we can get the new idea? Very, very difficult. So I think the key point is not too many. If one group is like 20 people, 30 people, too many. My opinion is around 10 people. 10 people is a good number to handle, to manage, and then set the several group of people. Then we use Yokoten thinking. If you newly establish group activities, I try to recommend, please set the model case. So set the 2 or 3 groups of the improvement activity groups and do it. And after through the activity, you might find several improvement things for that group activity. Then spread to the another line. That is Yokoten. So start small, then spread. That could be one of the good method for Toyota, Yokoten. Now at Toyota Motor, not Yokoten. Already we have done a lot of QC circle activities, so not Yokoten. But if you newly start, please do it small and spread. Then very important thing is recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Recognition by the top management, not by just a direct supervisor, direct managers, direct boss. No. Like if the manager or supervisor said, oh, you did a good job, that's a motivation. but bigger motivation is they present to the top management. Then top management listen to what they have done and what they have done as a result, how much they get as a result of the activity. Then recognition is extremely important. So top management should listen to it. You should have a QC circle competition meeting. That's what Toyota have been doing throughout the world. Not only just plant by plant, no. It's a worldwide competition. We invite the representative group who propose good result, a good improvement. They invite from each country, each plant. Then we got together in top management of TMC in Japan. Then they propose that is extremely honor for them. So please try to recognize their activity. Recognition give them huge motivation at Toyota Motor case. Of course, you can give them some award, fine. But recognition is much important. They feel very honored to be recognized by the top management.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Shingo. So,
Yes.
as you were just speaking about recognition, and yesterday I was asking you about lean as far as the principles distributing out throughout the whole team. What were your experiences working for Toyota for over 40 years as the company? Was it a good company to work for? What were the things that they were doing that were positive for the workforce? And how did you feel working for them for so long?
When I look back what I have done after the motor, the best thing I felt very good about Toyota was to give me opportunities to work at the different countries. So they offered me the opportunities working not only in Japan, but also in Detroit, Kentucky, UK, and China. And if you don't work at Toyota Motor, maybe I could finish my experience only in Japan or only in one country. But as we are diversified, we are developing a production plant throughout the world that could give me a very, very good opportunities. So please try to pick up the companies which might suit your expectation. Me, I wanted to work abroad. So always I told my boss I wanted to work in abroad. Then that is the self declaration. Every year we have a interview within our organization. Every year we can tell what you like to be, where you like to work. Then always I told my boss I wanted to work abroad. So that happened. And Toyota offers very good opportunities. That was very good. Without Toyota, nobody listened to me. No. Without Toyota, no suppliers come to me. So there are Toyota's big name help a lot. It's not me, Shingo. It's a big name of Toyota that make it happen. So I highly appreciate they gave me opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Konnichiwa, Shingo-san.
Oh, konnichiwa. You're good Japanese.
No, just a little. My wife actually spent some time in Japan. So I have a question. I'm working for the Cadent in France, all right, in Europe. And I saw the factory today in the US, and I used to work quite around the world. So I know the culture and the people is very different in different countries.
All different.
And actually, I know a little bit of the Japanese culture, and I'm not surprised that Toyota is a Japanese company and working as you show us, and how it's implemented here. My question is, how do you feel, how do you adapt the actions or the behavior to the employees to motivate the people in different countries and accepting the difference of the culture?
That is very good questions. Why good? Because you're right. Everywhere or anywhere you go, the people's thinking is different. That is what you call culture. Culture is different. When I have been to Vietnam after Toyota, I was doing a kind of consulting work, and I've been to Vietnam, and during the lunchtime, the people are sleeping on the floor. Oh, why? Why they are sleeping on the floor during the lunchtime? That is the custom in Vietnam, I heard. Oh, really? Completely different. So what you should do is you should first know what kind of behavior, what kind of culture do they have. So you cannot force the people to follow your established culture. No, you should appreciate their own culture and try to adopt, try to understand and adopt their culture. That is the beginning. Then how you can fuse your culture and their culture and merge what is the best for that company abroad. that what is best. Not solely depend upon their culture, not solely depend upon our cultures. It's a fusion of our cultures and your cultures or their cultures, and make the fusion. This is the best culture for the plant where you are going to build. Then try to communicate, not to try to force them to meet your culture. Try to merge the thinking, behavior. That's the only way, and it takes long time. It is not so easy, but be patient. Try to establish good cultures which could be applied to that plant with those people. You should understand and you should communicate and try to establish together. That is only way. Taking time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, I've never met you before.
Oh, really?
My name,
You are you are the brothers.
yeah,
Oh, George.
George. I think that's going to be it. Unless Rob, come on, Rob.
Yeah. So
Rob's going to say thank you and ask a question maybe, but I can ask you these other questions later, you and me.
if you've got,
Oh.
No,
Hey.
please.
you're printed out, everything, they're numbered.
No, we're
you're
good.
all
We're
easy.
good. It's the Rob and George show.
I have a question. I don't know. Let me think of a question. I don't know what it is, but I'm about to learn. What would you say?
Funny guy.
So this is a different kind of question. Is 42 years with Toyota. Obviously, you've been a mentor for probably 1,000 people. Have you ever had a person work for you that it just didn't work out, and you actually had to kind of almost what we would call give up and fire somebody?
Oh, sorry, I don't understand. What is the question?
Have you fired anybody and why?
Ah, fired.
Fired. Fired.
Yes. When I was a president of the small joint venture in Gen 2, yes, I fired one person. Why? Because that person, that he fight during the lunch, he fought with the person who served you lunch, and I don't know what kind of complaint, but he hit that the lunch serving persons, and even me. Oh, violence. If I didn't fire him, looks like of this company, small joint venture, could accept violence in the plant. No good. So I fired him due to the violence. And in that in that case, I was not for sure. My partner, a Chinese partner, agreed to my what I had have done, but he said, "Oh, you did a good job." He agreed to fire that person. So violence, no good. But other than violence, I don't find any reason to fire people. I rather try to educate them to be a good team members. But violence should not happen in my plant. Thank you. Only one case for fire person. Yes.
Say goodbye, Rob.
Yeah. Okay. I do have one last question. On the other end of the spectrum, when you do performance appraisals for your people,
Yeah. Mm.
what is the number one criteria that you look for to know if they're doing a good job?
That is another good question. I cannot select only one thing. People should be appraised through various points, not one point. Only single point, very difficult. People should have a different faces, and people should have a uniqueness, and someone should be able to do something, but some point good, some point need to be improved. That's the case of people. So as far as people is viable, if they wish to level up themselves, that's very good. That is a point I might have. The people who like to be level up and try to contribute to the company and contribute to the society and contribute to the home. So they are good people. The people who come to the office happily, people who work happily, and people who go home happy. Those are the good people. So try to make them happy. That is a very good thing for the top management. Don't scold. Don't blame. If you blame someone after returning home, that stress will move to someone else. Last week, they hit the dog, a cat.
Oh my God.
To reduce their stress. So then that cat or dogs also try to bite something, bite dogs, bite coaches. That is the reducing stress. So the stress is moving around.
Yeah.
Don't create stress at that plant. Make them happy. Happy go home. Then no stress. Dog no barking. Dog no biting. Dog no scratching. Then happy family. That is the best way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna spin it around so we can say thank you.
Yeah, of course. Shingo-san,
Hmm?
we are all very happy that you've joined us. Everybody here says thank you very much. And
Mhm.
we're going to give you a round of applause.
Oh, still I have a lot of time. A lot of people. No questions?
No questions. Everybody's happy.
No
Really?
biting.
No biting. So next meeting for you and me, Shingo-san,
Yeah,
Monday,
Monday.
9 a.m. for you, Sunday night for me.
Monday. It's October now.
I think so,
Oh.
yeah.
Monday is October
Okay, I just got to do this.
10, 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Joe-san, yes. I have a. Yeah.
Okay, Shingo-san, bye-bye.
Oh, not bye-bye. I have met with Paul Akers yesterday.
Oh, good.
He was among the group of people. So I was very surprised. Why, Paul? You are here. You are trying to take another group. He said, yes, I will take another group to Japan. But today he was invited to join the Mexican group. So he joined. Yes.
Very good. Very good. Okay, bye-bye, Shingo-san.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you on Monday.
Monday. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Please be happy.
Be
And
happy.
make your people happy.
Very
Happy
good.
go home. Don't let your dogs bite or bark or scratch
Okay.
your coat.
Bye-bye.